be a review of the Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschool offline workbooks and teacher guides. So for some people like me, I chose to do the offline versions of the courses for Easy Peasy. You can do this 100% online. That's not a problem at all. And there are actually printables that you can literally print out from a PDF. But for like my family, we decided to do the offline versions so that I could have, so we could have just a little less screen time. It just has its advantages for our family, and so we decided to do the offline versions. So I'm going to go through these and let you see what's in them. Let's look right now at the language arts. So this is the Easy Peasy Language Arts Workbook for Language Arts 2. And when you open it, it just shows the child's, they can put their name, and it just gives you kind of instructions and what you may need. She even has here written that it is available online. So you don't have to buy these workbooks, but this is just an option. Here is just a table of contents of the things that the child is going to be doing. So we had already done most of these in a different workbook, so I didn't make my child go back and do like the first few pages. But this is one worksheet a day. For those of you like me that you want to see the progress, and you want to see what's going on every single day. So here, this is page 1. They are going to be filling in the blanks. It's called Word Builder. And then there's going to be a writing section. And then each day is going to have a worksheet, basically. Something that they're going to write. This is not a course in and of itself. You must buy the parent guide. So this parent guide is going to go along page for page with the workbook. It's not as many pages because, as you can see, when you open it up to lesson 1, it's only going to have this little section right here. So it's going to say students will use phonics to build words. And the lesson 1 worksheet, they can try the different word segments in the box along with the beginning of the word in the sentence to see what makes sense. This is all the instruction you're going to get for the lesson 1. But a lot of times when you first start out, the first few lessons are actually just review of what they learned in the previous year. So we saw that here in the parent guide, and then the child is going to come over here and do the worksheet. So it's just one a day. You go through your parent guide instructions, the workbook, one lesson a day. And it is 180 days worth of lessons. So in this course, it is not necessary to go online at all. You could take this with you on a trip. You could take this in the car. You could be living off the grid. You could have no internet access whatsoever. And your child can do this course with no problems, as long as you have this workbook, which has one lesson each day, plus the parent's guide. You are set. So I was very interested to see how this worked out, because I didn't know, how much information it was going to have. And as I go through it more, since we are just starting using this workbook and this style, I will do another video probably to update and let you know how we like it and if it's something that's working for us. But that is the style of this course. You open it up, you have your lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. There are several lessons on each page for the parent guide. and it just goes through to lesson 180. And then each day the child will have one worksheet to do. They're going to practice their writing, spelling, reading. And on the front, it says what is included in this course. Action verbs, linking verbs, subjects, predicates, homonyms, and more. So that is the language arts. My favorite subject that we've always done offline with Easy Peasy is the reading. I don't prefer for my child to read from a computer screen, so we've always just gotten the book. The Easy Peasy second reader has all of the reading for the entire year in one book. Let's show you how thick it is. It does have quite a bit of material in it. It's all in one. It's perfect. No need to go anywhere or do anything else. No need to add or take away anything. It's all here. You can use this as you like. All of these, some of these vary once you get online to do them, but they are mostly the same thing. If you were to do the online course, some of them don't correlate, but we have gone back and forth at times with using the offline book that's completely printed out and doing the reading online. We've gone back and forth sometimes. So you start out with day 1. You read this poem, and sometimes there are questions up here, and there are things just to be looking for in the text, and then things that you can talk about with your child, and then you can just build from there. So this is the inside of the Easy Peasy second reader. The first couple of weeks of reading is poetry. It's just going to knock that poetry out, and then I think it's on day 21 is when day 21 is when short stories start. So we have Lily's Walk. So you're going to have your vocabulary words that are going to be spoken about. I'm going to go over the vocabulary words. This is the reading. It's the first part of the story. And then day 22 is the second half of Lily's Walk. There are more vocabulary words that are discussed. And your child can talk about those. And then optional is this Easy Peasy second reader workbook. I really enjoyed this, and my son needs to write his name in it, because it basically accompanies the Easy Peasy reader. There's not a workbook page for every day of the reading. It's just, this one starts on day 21, but it goes right along with the vocabulary words that are being taught and being reviewed in the reading, and it gives those definitions and then just some examples. And then as you go along, you can see there is some scrambled, or these are some words that you just have to fill in the blanks. So, and then you're going to have an activity for not every day. Let's see, this is day 27, and then we have day 31. So there are just the occasional the occasional workbook pages that go along with the reading. But if you follow on a day-to-day lesson, most likely your reading for that day is going to go along with your language arts lesson for that day, if you're following on a day-to-day schedule like that. So that's going to help. So this is something we've really enjoyed, the offline reading course. Then we have the Easy Peasy Math Workbook for Math 2. The same thing goes here. There is a daily activity for second grade. There are 180 daily activities. So something is going to be filled out every single day. There is also the parent's guide to go along with each lesson. It's the same style as the language arts. It's going to be one lesson per day. It explains it to the parent here. Very simple, very straightforward. You are going to be teaching your child, but I'm telling you, it is so simple that you just have to do it. Just do it and you will see the results. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated. It doesn't have to be hard. Let it be easy, and the results will speak for themselves. So here we have the clock. On this one we had to draw in the clock hands just to show the child. Let me open up to, this was lesson 4. Let me open up to lesson 4 here and show you what it looked like also. So this is just the first one. So in lesson 4, they have to identify what time it is on the clock. So this is just an example of what the math workbook looks like. Every day the parent is going to have the instructions and how to teach the concepts. These in the very beginning are review from what the child should already know from the previous course. If not, then you can always go back. That's the beauty of homeschooling. You can go back and you can figure out what your child needs. If they already know all of this, skip it. You don't have to follow things page by page. That is the beauty of homeschooling. You can figure out where your child is. If you have to go back to a previous course, it's okay. It's okay. You're going to get your child on the path that they need to be on, and it's a blessing. You can make that decision. Find what works for your child. This system works very well for us because it's less screen time. It is more quality time that we spend together. I get to sit down with him, say, you know, let's open up your book and I'm going to teach you whatever concept is coming next. And then he goes to his workbook and does the activity. If I need something extra, because I'm having a hard time explaining it, I can always go online and find a video that will explain it. I can find an activity that will reinforce it. There are so many resources and we absolutely love it. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that this helps show what's on the inside of these and helps you to make your decision on what materials and what products you may need for your homeschool. Thank you.